It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
And off we go from Denver. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led out by the former third-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention, an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Wilson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yard is?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. So for the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap. And the second he sees an opening, the ball soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
First carry for Austin Eckler, who's a Colorado native. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they're trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. This time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to be marked out just outside the 10.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, well, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's going to get this one after his fullback. 2 yards to pick up there. That'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought of the pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To the air again, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15,
keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go with Murray again. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 3rd down, Wilson going with a screen for Murray. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Washington with the catch, middle of the field. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up a touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now a give, left side, this is Murray. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Another run for Murray on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver 1st. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. To throw is Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And oh no, it's incomplete. What's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A nice run here early on, and it takes a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. It's Eckler again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Whenever you call it a head drop, a lot of times that ball got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. It's really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
On 1st and 10, Herbert.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Herbert back to the air. And this is caught by Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert now. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a great job working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet inbounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, put your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out of the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll run a counter with Murray. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. DeAndre Carter back deep. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he fields it cleanly. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a throw to the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Eckler now between the tackles. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Eckler, they run left side. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Herbert on 3rd down now. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Flush to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Wilson down around his goal line. Being chased out left. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it left side with Murray. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing, is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. On a return, Carter. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Take to Josh Palmer. A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Chargers.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Chargers.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Eckler.
Oh, able to avoid him. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Eckler.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this 1st half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line. So he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. They'll try to pick up the 1st with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Austin Eckler
taking it in from a yard out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's 21-3. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Wilson to throw. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Here's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Now it's Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Wilson. Buying time to his left. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Eric Saubert from 6 yards away. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure, rolling out away from it, and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead's down now at 11. It's 21-10. So the drive lines up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it, and were able to keep the drive moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Eckler. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on a catch, and they pick up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Eckler.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert. Allen's got it complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Los Angeles.
That's how we eat. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Running on 1st down, Eckler.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Sometimes you're lined perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
The 71 yards on the ground for Eckler here, and that's a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Once more, here's Eckler. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, that was a big beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission. All in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Baron Browning picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one return to your line and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed up all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion, and bringing up 4th down.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly and get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Back to throw. Wilson.
Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Wilson.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. To throw is Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit.
Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
To throw again on second down. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the delay, this is Murray. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he is into the end zone for the Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take advantage of the field position on a turnover to cash in for 6.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Now McManus for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. The drive's over that time, 5 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring him 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got it to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double and triple him. Do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Finding Williams once more, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
action this time for Justin Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 40. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Good job. Right now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Again, Herbert.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Herbert on first down now. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They get it that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 14. Draw play. It's Eckler. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. Murray with a nice move. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So from the 36 out, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Here comes Carter. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking it in football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Finding room at midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
A handoff, it's Eckler.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40.
93 yards on the ground for him so far. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move ball?
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Chargers first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside at 20.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. This will be caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Defense. We don't do what we do.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Wilson.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their goal, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line's executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. They'll get a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
Exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or boy, something feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to the squad. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And Courtland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a camper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy because of a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. One last shot for Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Murray. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.